Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Welcome to another video. Hope you're having a great day so far. This is the Demoscene report for the month of August 2022. Went through all of the things that were released in the Demoscene, checked out all the news, all the links that people were talking in different discussions, put it all together, and I'm going to give you a resume of all the important highlights that you should check out if you're interested in following the Demoscene. Oh, and what happened in August 2022? There were quite a few parties since this is summer season in the Demoscene, the highest activity moment of the year. So let's get right into it with a little intro screen that we have. Demoscene Report August 2022. I'm going to start off by showcasing some of the Demoscene media that was released this month. First highlight to ERICADE Radio, who released quite a few different radio shows throughout the month, a total of 5. Welcome to the Jungle, going through Edison Demo Party releases, Synth Oddity, some assembly tracks as well, a show dedicated to the 40 years of Commodore 64, and The Last Enthusiasts Up North, focusing on some tracks from the past of the North apparently. So a lot of good stuff from ERICADE Radio. If you like Demoscene music, this is definitely worth checking out. Then we have FairLight TV, a new episode also being released. They've been doing some great stuff, as I mentioned on previous episodes, and another couple of episodes also released this month. Check them out as well. Then we had the Evoke seminars that were released. Evoke happened in August, and the seminars were already made available, which is really good. The tools, techniques, and conclusions of diskmag archeology presented by Garguy here, showing their onlynification of diskmags project that they've been putting together. Very interesting seminar. I do recommend you checking it out. Then we had the Art of Coding Inside and Beyond the Cultural Heritage, presented by Kundrix, Melkor, and Roni here. And it was also a bit of a session where all the people present in the seminar hall spoke up about the concept behind Demoscene and why people stay in the Demoscene, what brings them into the Demoscene, and hopefully get some insights out of that. And then last but not least, there was this video recently released by LFD. Oh, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, A New Hope 2022. There was a presentation at the New Hope conference by Inverse Phase, showcasing the Demoscene. He's been doing it regularly at Hope conference throughout the years. Really long session, 4 hours long, but there are some demos shown in the middle there, so not that long if you account for that, but little summary of what the Demoscene is, explaining to United States people what the Demoscene is all about, and hopefully we'll get some newcomers into Demoscene through it. And then, as I was mentioning, a new LFD video. This time he turned his Commodore 64 into a Theremin. How is it possible? He explains it on his video, 13 minutes long. Very nice video, as LFD usually is. So yeah, a lot of interesting Demoscene media. Was hoping for a Zine podcast issue being released as well, but not quite made it into the month releases yet, but hopefully next month. Moving on to the next topic that we have on our Demoscene report, we have releases of the year, of the month in this case. Quite a few different things happened. I'm going to show you the first one, which is this one. A CrankNICCC version for the playdate, where you can actually crank the little thingy to go back and forth on the CentNICCC polygon streaming thing. Really cute. No clue why it's not uploaded to Poet and Demozoo. It definitely should be there. I think it's a great little thing that he did there. It was released by macosx. Then we had the music player by Sask64. It's a music player for different chiptune music, but made to play on the client, on the text console for Linux and macOS. seemed really useful, especially if you like using the console all the time. Then there were a bit of a discussion around different JavaScript compressors. 3 people were doing similar work at the same time without being aware of each other, which made a very interesting conversation and discussion. First, Observer was doing compeko.js, which he used on one of his entries for Nova, and it has some interesting stuff. All the code is available. It works a bit better than the previous PNGinator because it takes advantage of the self-extracting deflate. That is, all the information is here. You can check that. And then at the same time, someone was also working on Fetch Crunch, and this one was updated meanwhile because of that. You can see the information on Fetch Crunch here. It was made by Zubzei, and he tries to use the compression stream that nowadays exists on all the browsers, which should give better results than just pure PNG compression from the JSEXE days of 10 years ago by now. And also in parallel to this, Tomcat was also working on a compressor of his own. This is the discussion thread on Twitter, which is also very interesting to read. And then Tomcat was working on Wasmer, especially for WebAssembly code, but using some trickery as well. So also worth checking out, especially if you want to do some JavaScript stuff in the future. So all of these links are, of course, as usual, on the description below. Just go check them out and give them some love if you find them interesting. Another tool that was also released this month was Gradient Blaster by Graham Bates. It's available on GitHub. It's pretty much a way for you to do gradients for your Amiga. There are a few options here for different versions. So it also supports the Atari palettes, apparently. As a little niche use, if you are doing code for old school platforms, just recently released, thought it was worth mentioning. So do check it out as well. If you're doing Atari or Amiga code, then you can find this useful. And that being said, we are moving on to the next part of today's report. Let's talk about demo parties. And the first demo party that took place during the month of August was Atari Nancy Days. It was a little party in I was gonna say Marseille, but it doesn't say here specifically. I'm gonna assume it's around the Marseille area. Could be wrong. It's definitely in France though. And yeah, not many releases, very small party, a lot of happy birthday intros for Diane, which was one of the organizers apparently. And this particular interesting release by it's called LibJoy, LPT joysticks. It's a hardware thing where you can play multiplayer for the Atari ST. So which seemed pretty interesting, also worth mentioning. And then I'm looking for the damn shortcut to go back on history. God damn it. There is a shortcut for this, and I always forget it. I wanted to talk about Mossery as well. By Marquee Design. Marquee Design has been doing a lot of different entries for all of the different parties that they seem to be going for, and it was worth mentioning that this was part of their world domination plan. Moving on to another party, we also had High Coast Hack, also an Atari-based demo party, but this one happening in Sweden. I'm going to show you the release lists for that as well. Curse of the High Coast and Barbecue Forever being the highest ranking intros. Special mention for Sinclair QL released by SMFX called Bars and Beats. Not that many other releases, very small party, but worth checking out if you like Atari stuff. Moving on to the next party, we had Assembly Demo Party, the mythical, the legend. And we're gonna start off talking about the Assembly 30 Years Awards thing that they had. since it was the 30 years anniversary, they got a jury together and they nominated a bunch of different releases from different kind of categories: best graphics, music, game, limited intro category, groundbreaking production, group, and a demo. We have the results for that, which I'm going to show you here. So the best game development entry that won the 30 years of assembly went for Pora to Vast stair dismount. And worth noticing that these points were voted by the public audience. The jury just picked the nominees. It was the public that voted on the winner. So Pora Sturvart stair dismount won the best game. The best graphics went for The Bird Keeper. The best audio went for System 4096 by AMJ. Then groundbreaking production, Unreal by Future Crew. Most impactful group, very close, like only 2 points difference between Andromeda Software Development and CNCD. And then the restricted intro competition went for Chaos Theory by Conspiracy, very closely followed by Zoom 3. The most memorable demo went for Second Reality by Future Crew. Not much of a surprise there, in my humble opinion. And that's it for the 30 years of assembly. Really worth checking out. I think assembly has been such a landmark in the demo scene, and it was very smart of them to do this like roundup awards of the best of all time of assembly. Yeah. Moving on to the actual demo party that happened this month, they had special compos for the widescreen, which is worth mentioning, but let's start from the beginning. A 1K intro compo had a couple very good quality entries. I'm talking about M22 and Vivid Pixels in itself. M22 is a follow-up to Matraca that was released a couple of years ago, more than a couple of years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Quite a few years ago, made by Poyov Reborn, which is a legend in JavaScript size coding, and music by 8-bit. Vivid Pixels 1 though by Digimind, which is also very worth checking out. Very solid 1K, and I still don't know the shortcut, so I'll have to do this. I know that there is a shortcut, but it's like Windows key Control Shift and up or something weird like that, and I can't find it right now. Used to be just Control Del, but it's no longer that. Anyways, 4K intro worth highlight for Firsty First by OO. A few other interesting releases as well on that compo. Dance music compo was won by DJ Yogi, Brainstorm. The demo compo had quite a few interesting releases, not as many as you would usually see on assembly of 3 years ago, but considering that during the pandemic they had not as much releases or quality of releases, it didn't feel as an impactful assembly as the previous non-pandemic years. I think for the first physical re-edition that they had, the compo was quite good quality overall. Special highlights, in my humble opinion, one go for the Mikucom JavaScript demo. Had a very unique look and feel, so it was one of my personal favorites. E131 from Ivory was also very well synced, very on point. Dreams of Neon by Dual Cruise Shining and MFX had this very synthwave look and feel to it. And then we had Shine and Flow by Adapt, which was a very good demo by Adapt. And the controversial part was that it was done using Notch, which is a very stupid controversy to have at this day and age, because Notch has been released for quite a long time. And it's a demo tool like any other. Deeper even works on Notch, so some of the comments on Puente were even more ridiculous because of that point in particular. Why should people not be allowed to do demos on whatever platform that they should? Why are they being negatively judged by using a platform that they want to use? If they want to develop something for using Notch, they should be welcome to do that. You should be happy that there's a new demo out there being released instead of feeling entitled that they should have been using their old engine to do a demo. I mean, Deeper has proved himself, Deeper and everyone else from Adapt has proven themselves that they are quite capable of doing their own engine. They want to try something else with this new tool that they are being proficient on. Why the hate? You know, why the hate? You might not like some parts of the demo in particular when it goes to 1 frames per second, not being very well optimized, but other than that, don't give them shit because of that. It's unpolite. I think it was a worthy winner. It was a good demo. It did have lose some of the Adapt feeling, but at the same time they still managed to keep it. It felt a bit cleaner. The old Adapt style was a bit more particles everywhere, but overall I think it was a worthy winner, and I should definitely check out the demo. Fast Graphics was won by Corpy of Half Bit Cheese. Very nice image there. What else we have? Fast Music Compo as well. Freestyle Graphics, also very high quality releases. Darky won with this amazing entry. Game development, not as many entries as usually assembly usually has. Listening Music Compo was full of entries as usual. Old School Demo Compo was particularly interesting in this year. Prodigy for the MS-DOS won the compo. See it here. And then Vasilin 2 for the WonderSwan. For the WonderSwan grayscale, or, well, not the color one, black and white. I think that's what the official name is, the WonderSwan black and white. Got second place, and then the Commodore 64 invitation for the Zoo Demo Party got third place, and Poso by Diormas got fourth place. GBA demo also in there, so quite a few different diversity platforms in the old school demo compo. I think it was a pretty good compo overall. Photo compo, Real Wild for extra platform stuff. I really think that the Real Wild should be mixed with old school, but people still like to make the distinguishing between lower CPU and faster CPU. Anyways, Carava was pretty good. You should check it out as well. No screenshot here. Let's see if there's one. There we go, for free BSD. This one on Poet. Short film, not many entries, thank goodness, because they usually all suck at assembly. Track music compo was won by Bonefish and Joss and Mick. Widescreen compo, this was the 5x1 screen that they have at assembly. I think was really cool that they finally managed to have something there. A lot of interesting releases. Remember, Astronaut from Doomsday was pretty good. Super Wide Reality 3 by Astral was pretty good as well, but Half Bit Cheese really won the compo quite well. And a few other hidden gems in the middle here. I remember I checked quite a few of these entries when I first was checking assembly releases, and they're worth checking out, especially if you have a widescreen at home and you want to check these. They're really worth checking it out. Okay, and that's it for assembly at this point. Let's move on to more parties that happened, namely Evoke, that happened in Germany, which this year again went back to physical after being 2 years remote submissions based. 3D Scene graphics compo, I also made a party report about it. You can find it on my channel. I guess I'll put a link to it as well here. Went more in depth to every single release. I'm just going to give you a quick overview. Now, 3D Scene compo, not many entries, but very good release by Oni. Alternative platforms demo compo. This was probably the best demo compo of the party. A lot of diversity and a lot of good quality releases. REF 5150 by CRDC and Hornet will probably become a classic in the demo scene. It abuses hidden CGA modes, having colors in CGA that's not supposed to have colors, and they really explored a very long demo, a lot of different effects, taking advantage of different things, and really worth checking out. And I think we will still be talking about it in quite a few years. It carries on the legacy from 88 miles per hour that the two same groups have made a few years ago. And then we had the 420 years of teletext by Attention Horror. This was actually teletext but being streamed by a Raspberry Pi, so it felt like an animation, but it was actually being runtime calculated on the Raspberry Pi. A really cool release, very interesting. Hard to measure the full capabilities of the Raspberry Pi doing that stuff, but it was really cool to see. Then Abyss returned to releases with a very nice little demo for the Amiga done by Abyss. Spreadpoint also had a 64K intro called Talking Heads, also worth checking out. Music disc for Atari, an MSX demo emulating the pharmacy sign, also very cute to see. Some C64 releases, Game Boy Color releases. Rez being part of Melon, he just joined Melon and did this Salty Water release with music by Radix. Very chill out demo. Should be a 64K, but the music samples are too big to fit the 64K. Architect, also a Spanish group doing their debut on the Amiga as well. A lot of different stuff. Is this custom hardware? I'm not sure. Oh, it's the Mega 65, that's it. A lot of different releases happening on this. Retro Compo was one of the highlights of Evoke. Animation Compo, pretty much Welcome Back by Izzard was the only decent compo. Kevin His Dream 3 was a bit of a scare what the fuck video thing, which was a bit of a mess, and the other ones were not bad, but they weren't also like compo winning material. Freestyle graphics completely dominated by Oni as usual. Extremely good release here. A few other good quality releases as well, but I'm gonna skip a few. Highlight to a couple of people who were doing their first release on the demo scene ever, and it was executable graphics at that. Exaghost by Moku and Plain Hills and House by Shra. Welcome to the demo scene. Hope to see more releases from you in the future. Then we have the interactive compo, which TRSI won with a Commodore 64 version of Wolfenstein. I didn't particularly like it. I felt it extremely boring presentation. Scene Park Mystery by Bitfellas was pretty good. It was a game for Roblox made by AA Ray. A lot of work put into it, and it felt really good. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it really made me want to try it out, even though I really don't like Roblox. From conceptual point of view, in the terms that they explore a lot of young people to and eventually burn them out, but that's a discussion for another day. Let's not get into that. Other Memory from KeyJ. It's also a nice little memory game. Felt a bit unpolished, but didn't really deserve first place in my humble opinion, but it was a good game. Space Street for the Texas Instruments was really good. I really enjoyed seeing it on the screen. High Noon was my own game, a port of the ZX Spectrum classic called High Noon for the TIC 80. Beer Mania, a clone of Pipe Mania, released by the Solaris agency. Cosmos Crazy Scene Quiz using the Cosmos robot, but the video capture wasn't very good, and I think that's why it ended up not being placed very high. Marine Melodies was very good music disc. Very weird placing that it had, like the visualizing was good, the music was good. No clue why the hell it ranked so low. And then the Evoke logo generator by Bleeptrack, which was an interesting tool to make your own style logos in the style that they made the original logo in. MP3 Music compo also had a lot of interesting tracks. Nancy compo has a pretty good quality release. And Ansi compo as well. A lot of good releases here as well, as usually on Evoke. You should definitely check it out. PC 4K was had three really good releases. Fantasy Escape had a very smart idea of using the Pico 8 palette, but for like breaking through of the fantasy console restrictions. Very good execution by Nusen and Xenium. Very cute little intro. Then Epoch, a relatively new group on the scene doing their Linux 4K, and there aren't that many Linux 4K out there. Special Military Operation felt very realistic. The music was, or sound effects was on point. The visuals felt realistic, so it was very good release. Stahlbeton by LJ and Virgil was a masterpiece though. Awesome effects, great camera placement, and ambience overall. Really well executed. I really recommend it. PC Demo Compo also had quite a few good releases on it. Return, I think, was a worthy winner in my humble opinion. Music by Alchema of Caladox. Code by Mr. Vux of Rebels. Really high quality stuff. A lot of good effects. Excellent music, as I mentioned. Very worthy winner in my humble opinion. Pointer, cute little demo by Gaspod made using Tool 3. Insomni, also made using Tool 3. Invitation for a Deadline. Circuit Serenade made using Cables by Gaia Space Agency was also very cute. The start of Adulthood, Invitation for Function, very high quality invitation, very sliced by quality. Hard Dancing, quick made demo by Einklang.net to promote their new website, Art of Coding. Esmiz by TV, I don't even remember it anymore, not very memorable. My own demo, Our True Love by Halbert. I was really expecting it to place a little bit higher, if not for anything else, by the epic music that Xenium made for the silly concept that I had of doing a hymn to Halbert's. Rise of the Hypnoglow by Science, and then Smorp by Design. It was a very cool compo overall. Not extremely high quality, but at least the winner demo was very worthy of being shown on the big screen. Moving on, Pixel Graphics Compos had quite many good releases. I think the palette restrictions really work very well. I don't agree with the winner. I think Louisa should have won, but other than that, really worth checking out, especially if you're a pixel graphics or you love pixel art. Check out all of these releases. A lot of different ways of using the palette, and I think you'll enjoy it. Tracked Music Compo, remixing Kings of Playground. I'm already tired of the original, so I didn't pay attention to this, but apparently the winner is really good. Synth Kings of Evoke by Bacter and Sega Musics, so do check it out. Other stuff that happened at Evoke that a lot of people really enjoyed was a Lovebyte Turbo as well. Lovebyte Turbo, which was a concept of doing size coding, mini party inside Evoke Demo Party. I helped present it live. You can check out the 10-minute video available here. There's a hot link right there. And at the end of everything, and quite a few good releases in the middle of all the stuff that was released here. It wasn't just about the presentation, but all the stuff was originally made specifically for this release, and it culminated with the presentation of the NanoGems website, which I will show you now, which is a curated selection of the best tiny intros from the demo scene that Super Rogue has been doing, and I think Totetmat has been helping him pull it off as well. So if you like size coding, if you don't like size coding, if you want to know more about size coding, see some more examples of size coding, I have a lot of stuff here to dig through all the different categories that exist, even executable graphics, and you can for all of them you can click on them and check more information about it. So really worth checking out. And with that, We already went through all of the stuff from Evoke, from Lovebyte Turbo. Time for the next party that we had. We had a lot of demo parties in August. We had Nova happening in the UK. So, Nova Demo Party, the comeback to physical party for them as well. 2 stops by Fel was a worthy winner. Not much competition though, but a very good executable graphics 4K. Ashi and Nancy compo also had a lot of entries. Spinny won with a landslide with the Marilyn Monroe tribute image. I felt actually that the night was a bit ripped off because it had a very good NC of Olivia Newton-John as well, and it placed so low. Stop by Fusion was also pretty good. And there's also a release by NE7, which is my homie. I had to show his stuff. Quick made, but nice thing. The only thing weird with the results is, well, Olivia placing solo. That was really weird. New School Demo Compo was won by Star Windows of Star Window by Rift of Slipstream. It was a pretty solid demo. Felt a bit unpolished here and there, but overall it was pretty solid. Raccoon did a remix of Patari as well. If you like the Patari meme, you should definitely check that one out. More stuff. Old School Demo Compo was really good at Evoke. Synchronous for the Acorn Archimedes we're checking out. Here Be Dragons for the Dragon 32 also we're checking out. Technova for the Amiga. Great demo by Hoffman. Mrs. Beanbag Synesthesia did a Bee Sheep Do Crime for the Amiga as well. Funny little demo featuring some sheeps. Stuff for the GameCube, stuff for the SNES, for the Game Boy, for the ZX Spectrum. A lot of diversity. Really cool old school demo compo as well. Probably the highlight of Nova in my humble opinion. Old school graphics compo completely dominated by Far Entry for the Commodore 64. What else? Old school music compo is also pretty good. Subi won that one. Photography compo. Streaming compo, also MIDI Massacre is particularly worth checking out. It really abuses the capabilities of MIDI, taking it to the next level, and Dopfish coming very close to second place. Teletext compo also had some pretty good releases. Synthwave reference here. If you're a fan of teletext, do check it out. Not many teletext compos out there on the demo scene. Nova is a champion in that regard. Then the Wild compo, which was won by Nihilazo. I think it was their first demo party actually that they entered, and they did this intro for the TIC 80 with some sheeps, 3D sheeps in it, and they won the compo. So congratulations, Nihilazo. Second place went for Nova AI, and completely made using artificial intelligence. Nova experience by the eyes of an artificial intelligence stuff. Nice idea by Lloyd. Got second place. In third place, also very good idea doing some effects, some Kefren bars effects on the FA and the EFI loader of your computer. I don't even know how the hell you can make graphics. I know that it's possible to have graphics on the EFI because there are always like some graphic logo in there. I didn't know you could make runtime moving animated graphics on it though, and I still have no clue. So it's very interesting release to check, and I'm very curious on how you can actually compile it, how you can make it run. So very interesting. Other stuff that happened, Slipfax, they had like a teletext service available during the party. They made a video about it. One Knob Siberia joke production by Observer, where you could have lane dancing at the Siberia, a virtual party, and you could adjust the number of gabberness that she was dancing to. I guess Observer was exploring their soft synth. Few other releases, but yeah, overall I think it was pretty good Nova event. Let's move on to other parties that happened. Next up we had Silly Venture happening in Poland. Sylventure is one of the longest running Atari parties out there. Always a lot of releases and high quality stuff. A lot of different compos though, very hard to check everything. I'm gonna go by the average score to tell you what was the best. Wolfenstein Raymarcher for the Atari Falcon. Apparently that was good. Atari Jaguar Invitation didn't feel very complicated to me, but it ranked pretty well. What else we have? Marquee Design once again releasing stuff on every single party that they can. This time with something called Venturo, which looks something like this. Mega Scroller by Oxygen, Leonard doing another stuff, taking full advantage of their mod player and compressor. Atari Loves Bombs by New Generation, Atari ST Demo, which also features some sampled vocals as well. I did check that one out briefly. The Atari graphics in particular were really worth checking out. Very good entries. Critical won the compo. Jade got second place. Really high quality stuff as well. Into the Known by Vasil of Joker. And then Smoke City by Nitric. All of them very high quality releases, really good competition overall, and all of the other ones were pretty good. So it was really tight compo, good restriction of the Atari palette, really bringing out a lot of high quality stuff. Music compos, VCS demo compo, music. What else we had? Let's see. The Repilogue demo was also considered pretty good. And there was one more demo worth mentioning, Silly Trip. This is just the graphics. Yep, pretty good graphics entry as well for the Atari 8-bit. Poke Music using the Poke chip. Some Coupe demo compo in particular, but didn't seem to be ranked very well. And yeah, the last entry that I wanted to mention was Ultra Boost by Cream, which also placed quite well. Doing some 3D stuff, not particularly exciting in my humble opinion, but technically it felt like it was achieving something. So a lot of Atari stuff to check out if you're an Atari scener. You probably already know of Silly Venture, but check out the stuff anyways. Moving on to the last parties that we had, Undefined in Russia, small little party that happened in Russia, replacing what used to be Chaos Construction. Chaos Constructions was cancelled because of the military operation happening in Ukraine. The whole situation felt a bit weird to be organizing a party, but some people still wanted a party, so a few people got together and organized Undefined, which was a smaller party, also happening around the same place. A nice little filler compo entry here for the Pentagon by Outsiders, worth checking out. An invitation for the cafe party on the BK, so worth going. Something for the Vector 06C. I have no clue what the hell the Vector 06C is, but if you do, there's a demo for it now, or actually an intro. Old school pixel graphics art, one by CrankNICCC. And the China intro compo, Marquee Design, once again, claiming their mark and putting a Pico 8 and TIC 80 256 byte intro. Actually, this one was pretty worth checking out. That's it from Russia with love. Let's check out Finland, what's been happening there. And we had the 22 years of Jumalauta, which always brings great productions of high quality value. I can recommend 7 tips for saving money on electricity by Jumalauta. Really good for the TIC 80. Single effect, but very on point and matching music as well. Happy birthday to you if you like birthday intros, and if you like Gabber music, I guess you should definitely check this one out. And the winner was AK11 Ignored by Atekoriamo and Jumalauta. Drone soundtrack, single effect, Didn't quite completely fit well together, in my humble opinion, but good effort nonetheless. Little experimental demo by Atekoriamo. Some fast graphics and graphics entries as well. MIDI music, which is always very what the fuck to check out. Photo compo, which I didn't really check to tell you the truth. Streaming music compo also haven't checked, but a lot of entries submitted. And then wild compo. This is what I wanted to talk about. In particular, the winner entry, Sex is Data by Jumalauta Data Science Committee, which features very EBM old school kind of sound and very on point recordings of several Jumalauta members at their best. And I highly recommend you checking out. It was very fun to watch. So that was it by Jumalauta. As always, they always have a lot of fun with all of the stuff. I guess if you're not Finnish and you're not familiar with Jumalauta, a lot of these releases will just seem weird, but definitely a lot of what the fuckness worth of checking out all of their releases. Then in Poland, and I think the last party that we have releases from on this report, we had Xenium. And Xenium was a very good surprise. A lot of high quality releases happening on Xenium. Nancy to start with was won by Simon King. Then we had the animation compo. Meadow features some augmented reality stuff, which was really interesting. 2020 by I'm Not and Layla with the usual Layla Blender animation. The usual Layla colors of using very basic colors, contrasting colors, but somehow it fit. And I really liked the video and I do recommend you checking it out. Haven't checked the other entries yet, didn't have time to it since it was just this past weekend. But from the voting, you can tell that it was a close competition, so worth checking out. Then they had the Atari 256 byte intro compo that was won by Gorg of Agenda with some Alcatraz bars. C64 intro compo won by Arise with Blurred Visions 4K. Chip music compo, freestyle graphics, also of some high quality. Nice little Photoshop here. MS-DOS 256 byte intro compo by won by Dawnbreaker of Marquee Design. Marquee Design once again representing. Second place to Bloom of Helmut, by Helmut. Old school graphics compo, also very high quality. Critical once again. Critical seems to be doing something for every single party. Very high quality compo. I think graphics compo, 2D old school graphics compos in the demo scene have been of very high quality on these last couple of years. Facet as well, doing something for the Commodore 64. A lot of good entries here. Shaggy from Duskwave won the Amiga OCS, won the old school demo compo with the Amiga OCS demo. They were called DSK and now they are just called Duskwave. Interesting concept. They had a bit of a triangle streaming animation thing going there as well, which didn't feel like it was possible on the Amiga ECS. This felt more like an Amiga AGA demo than an OCS ECS demo, really. But worth checking out. And then the 30 Plus demo by Arise, which is also worth checking out for the Commodore 64. What else? PC demo compo. A lot of interesting releases. My main highlights go for Rock Concrete of Suspend. Very on-point demo, very well executed, very clean. ID Gene by Futurist. Felt a bit... I wanted to say simple, but it's not simple. It has a lot of stuff going on the screen, but it was just 2 scenes overall. So it's simple in that regard, but it looked good, and it was a bit of a tribute to all of the Demoscene stuff that happened in Poland and celebration that they've finally been recognized as intangible heritage, cultural heritage. Secluded by Altair was also interesting. It wasn't my favorite, but a lot of people liked it. Krumsta by Damage got second place, and this one was particularly highlighted because there was return of a demo senior that hasn't been active in 25 years. They came back to do a demo with a lot of LiDAR scan point clouds and put some effects in it as well, but was mostly point cloud based stuff. And Bioella by Mad Wizards won the compo. I must confess I haven't seen it yet. My computer can't run it. There's not a video recording of it just yet, so I haven't seen it yet, but I'm very much looking forward to that. Then the PC intro compo also was very solid. Knight Rider was very solid, 64K with synthwave feeling to it, and Dream Machine by Alcatraz and Altair, 8K, very on point, recycled idea but very well executed. And the only thing I didn't really like was the snare sound in it, but other than that was really cool. They also had a Polish music remix competition, streaming music competition, synth music competition. No clue what the difference is between synth and streaming. Tracked music competition. They really like music competitions at Xenium apparently. And the Wild demo compo as well, which also had a demo for the PlayStation Portable, a 64K. Hitchhiker had been posting some stuff for the PlayStation Portable recently, the Packer and other stuff, and a 4K. So now they did a 64K on it. Really cool. Raspberry Pi demo, TIC80 intro by Shy, and the Cockblock magazine that I actually submitted an article for, was missing the word, and has quite a few different Demoscene related articles there. I think it's worth checking out, especially if you like diskmags and paper mags. And then the ZX Spectrum intro, Joker really totally won the compo. It feels like an animation, but it's made only in 8K. So it was really, what the fuck, how the hell did they manage to pack all of this into 8K? And then Docs also made Night Swimming 256 byte intro, which also got very well placed. Good ZX Spectrum compo overall. Polish Spectrum scene is definitely alive and kicking. We're reaching the end of our show. We still have a few things left to cover. Which is not listing here. The first one is the top releases of the month, going through the last month and a half of releases. Highlight to Area 5150, as I mentioned, from Evoke, will become a classic in his own given right. Dawn by Abyss got third on the compo, but also been ranked very well. Stalbutton also from Evoke, also being placed very well. Waffles of Math Destruction from Black Valley, still placing very high. The Tale of Bluebird and Dragon, also from Black Valley. Return from Evoke, and a lot of stuff from Evoke as well, bringing up. So these are the top 20 releases on the past month. Not many surprises comparing what I already said, but nice round pointer for you to check out the stuff worth checking. And last but not least, the last thing that we still have to go over is to announce what's coming next on the demo scene. First, there's the Pico 1K Jam that's happening on September, which you can participate, especially if you do Pico 8 stuff. You're welcome to participate. I'm going to try to do something for it. Already started working on something for it. And then we have the upcoming parties that are happening. Access and Abyss Connection Party that's happening this very weekend. Then we have a function happening next weekend in Hungary, in Budapest. Should be pretty good releases. So function always has some high quality stuff. Then we have Nordlicht and Black Birdie happening in Germany and Sweden, respectively, the week after. And then Ostkakt in Sweden. Never heard of it. Should be an Atari event, apparently. And Deadline happening in Berlin should also have quite a few releases. At the same time, Flash Party in Argentina will also be happening and streaming online. So these are the parties that are happening on September. Quite a few stuff also happening in October as well. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Summer season is ending, but not quite done with. This video, however, it is quite done with 15 minutes. I think it's long enough. But we had so many parties and stuff worth highlighting. As usual, all the videos of all the releases that I can find will be included on a playlist that you can check all the releases from YouTube. Should always play the demo on real hardware, but if you can't, you have the playlist here for you to check all this stuff. If you enjoyed this release, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you enjoy this video report, please consider donating something to my Patreon account as well, patreon.com/psenough. Whatever you can afford is more than welcome to keep me posting these videos every single month. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, see you next time. Bye bye everyone. Take care. Have a great day.